So now let's talk a little bit about Dynameshing using subtools. So to show all my subtools again, I'm going to turn everything off by having something selected with an eyeball on. Turns everything off, touch it again, turns everything back on. And now what we can do is we can either add or subtract these horns that we have. So let's say this head and this horn I want to add together. So again, I'm going to Alt tap this to select the subtool, hold down Shift and bent up arrow to shoot it to the top. Alt tap this one, hold down Shift, shoot it to the top. Now if I want to just merge these together and Dynamesh them, all I have to do is have these two together, and I can go down here to merge down, and I can control drag, and it'll Dynamesh them together. Now it'll still maintain its polygroups, but you can hold down Shift and smooth these things and just go into your clay brush and brush them together. They're fine. However, if you do want to, you can hold down Control Shift and isolate them as polygroups. We'll get into a little bit more of that, I believe. We still have that functionality for masking and polygrouping, we'll see. But that's just a way to have polygroups available to you. If you don't want that, just hit Control W and you can just make it all one polygroup. If you go to your polygroup menu, that is group mask, clear mask. We do have that functionality. It's just Control W. If you don't have any, if you have something masked, so we'll hold down Control and we'll mask pin. If you have something masked, you can hit Control W, and that'll group whatever's masked and then clear your mask. If you don't have anything masked and you hit Control W, that'll just mask everything that's visible. So that's just a quick way to polygroup everything on your screen. So back to Dynameshing here. Let's say this one, and I'm going to hit W, and I'm just going to hold down Shift and move this in. So we can kind of see, if I go into transparency mode, you're going to see we can see through this object. So we can see how deep it's going. So let's say, you know what, I want to cut this cylinder out of my object. So what I need to do is I'm going to hold down Shift and shoot it to the top, and then I'm going to Alt tap the head and shoot that to the top. And for the horns medium here, this subtool, I'm going to click the name to select it, and I'm going to do the second icon, and that's going to tell it to cut out if it gets merged with. So I'm going to take this top face subtool, I'm going to go down here to merge, I'm going to hit merge down with that cut icon selected, and you're going to see when I do that, it gives it that white polygroup we talked about when we were holding down Alt and inserting meshes. So now when I control drag and Dynamesh, it's going to cut through, and because we had transparency on when we did it, we know exactly how deep that was going to cut. Now this tool right here, we can Alt tap it, I can move it up one, and now we have the head and the horns next to each other. I can touch the horns, I can do merge down, control drag, and now this will be additive. So we can do additive and subtractive and additive just by merging and Dynameshing subtools.